Today on the Morning Edition, the Anchorage School Board tries to save programs as leaders move to undo deep education cuts, but the state funding that they're banking on is still up in the air. Plus, the budget showdown continues in Juneau. Lawmakers move closer to finalizing the budget, but a big difference over PFD payouts still stands in the way. And later, the leaves haven't fallen, but CBS is already rolling out some new shows and fan favorites, including a Blue Bloods spinoff, a DMV comedy, and a country tour bus full of talent as the Morning Edition starts now. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday. I was obsessed with Blue Bloods. I watched every single season. It's so good. With Tom Selleck. So the spinoff, I'm like so excited for.
I've been looking for a new show. I need a new show to watch, so maybe I'll check that
Blue
one out.
Bloods is a good one.
You know, maybe one day I'll watch. I've got way too much to be watching right now with all these shows coming out. We are waking up this morning, some rain showers. We were talking about yesterday that we could see those showers building as far south as the Anchorage Bowl, and that is what occurred. We are still holding on to that rainfall for parts of the Mat-Su Valley and here in the Anchorage Bowl, and that will continue for at least the mid-morning, early afternoon hours. We're currently at 41 degrees in Anchorage. Winds remaining out of the south at 5 miles per hour. We could hold on to some of those breezy conditions for the first part of the day. You can see 40 currently in Palmer, 36 in Talkeetna. Can't rule out a chance for some wintry mix along parts of the Parks Highway, particularly out towards, really as you head out towards Hatcher Pass, east of the Parks Highway, seeing that better opportunity. But that rain really favoring the Anchorage Bowl, and then as you head through parts of the Susitna Valley and western parts of the Matanuska Valley. So we're going to continue to keep this chance for some rain with us through at least the mid-morning, early afternoon before that activity does begin to taper off. And that has been with us through the overnight hours. We began to see some of that light rain showers towards yesterday evening. You notice coastal regions sitting on the dry side outside of some spotty activity as you head out towards southern parts of Prince William Sound, more so near Middleton Island. But we're going to continue to keep this chance for some rain. So if you're heading into the city this morning, be prepared for some of that light rainfall. Of course, you're going to see that heavier activity as you head out towards Kinnick and areas of west of the Parks Highway. So this cluster of rain, it will fizzle out by the afternoon with only isolated to scattered showers carrying us into the evening hours. And this rain has been very light. We've seen only a couple of hundredths of an inch of rainfall for inland areas of South Central, certainly slightly higher amounts out towards Talkeetna. But we are going to continue to keep that chance for at least some rain showers through the remainder of today. You can see anywhere from a few hundredths of an inch to upwards of about a tenth of an inch of rainfall to be expected through the remainder of today. So not a lot of rain, but we do dry out into the weekend with warm conditions. I'll have more on that in that 7-day coming up.
I'm thankful for every educator that chooses to be a part of Team ASD, because I know that this has been one of the most difficult years that we could ask any educator to go through.
That message from Superintendent Jarrett Bryant comes as the Anchorage School Board approves a new budget, restoring millions in cuts and saving more than 200 teaching jobs. We're covering education in this morning's top story as Anchorage school leaders work to reverse massive cuts.
Overnight, the school board passed a new budget that would save more than 200 teaching jobs and restore millions in funding. It's a message sent to ASD staff last night. Says the board's vote could reinstate cut programs and positions. The district now says layoff notices planned for May 15th won't be needed, preserving about 80 jobs.
Anchorage Education Association President Corey Ace says it's still not a done deal. Governor Dunleavy could veto the bill funding it. He has until May 19th to decide. The district calls its move a calculated but necessary risk. Ace says employees are relieved but still cautious.
Really mixed. In the sense that they are relieved that they most likely will stay in their current position, but also a lot of frustration and angst that we had to go through this process that was really unnecessary. It's really disturbing. We are losing educators every year, approximately 400 every year. It's so unsustainable. We have got to start treating our educators better, with more respect, if we want them to stay here in Anchorage and in Alaska.
Fairbanks School District officials say the $700 permanent increase to the base student allocation in House Bill 57 could still result in a slight budget deficit. The district's proposed budget, submitted April 1st, was based on a one-time $680 increase, less than what lawmakers approved. But since HB 57 makes the increase permanent,
The district must now provide an extra $500,000 to its charter schools. The superintendent says that change could push them into the red unless additional state funding comes through.
I think we're probably looking at a deficit unless we start to factor in the READS Act funding that's also attached to HB 57 and the CTE funding that's attached to that bill. Now, both of those components of the bill are reliant on another bill passing in the legislature to actually fund those components. But if the READS Act or CTE funding came through, then we could be looking at a surplus situation at that point in time.
The bill in question is Senate Bill 113, which cleared the Alaska Senate in April and passed the House yesterday with a 26-14 vote.
A proposal to ban student cell phone use throughout the entire school day, including lunchtime, was introduced Tuesday night at the Matsu School Board meeting. The policy would apply to all telecommunication devices, including smartwatches and tablets, with exceptions for medical needs. If approved, the ban would take effect at the start of the next school year. A final vote is expected May 21st.
This afternoon, a murder suspect is once again scheduled to appear in court after refusing transport twice this week. 24-year-old Damon Hill is charged with first and second-degree murder in the 2021 death of 18-year-old Caitlin Shellhammer, who was found at the Nunaca Valley baseball fields with trauma to her upper body. Hill missed his previous arraignments on Monday and Tuesday, both times refusing to leave jail. Today's arraignment is set for 1:45 at the Nesbitt Courthouse. His bail remains at $500,000. A new push to crack down on dangerous fires in Anchorage. Mayor Suzanne LaFrance is proposing changes to municipal code that would make illegal fires a criminal offense.
The change means those responsible could face fines up to $25,000 and possible jail time. As the mayor tells Joe Allgood, it's a prevention tool meant to stop wildfires before they start.
Well, clearly this grill has been used in the recent past for a fire, and thankfully the trees around me are still standing. But what if it had gotten out of control? Mayor LaFrance has suggested adding new language to municipal code, which she believes will aid in deterring dangerous fires.
We really need meaningful legal tools to be able to deter dangerous fires before it's too late, instead of after the fact.
Specifically, the new language would prohibit an individual from lighting fires on another's property, public or private, without consent, on a sidewalk or right-of-way, or in violation of a burn ban. A violation of the code would result in a Class A misdemeanor, which carries up to a year in jail and/or fines of up to $25,000.
It would depend on circumstances. I imagine in some cases it'd be pretty obvious, and there is discretion that those first responders, can use too.
In the past, fires similar to those described in the ordinance have been found in homeless encampments, leading to wildfires. LaFrance said the new language is aimed at preventing all dangerous fires.
Well, this ordinance, this proposed code change, isn't directed at any individuals or any group, and it's focused on deterring dangerous fires and ensuring that we've got a meaningful tool to prevent these fires before they become big and out of control.
And that she foresees no challenges in enforcing the code.
We have a fully staffed prosecution department, and we're very serious about enforcement of infractions of any of our laws here.
The ordinance hasn't passed into law yet, but Mayor LaFrance is hoping that the Assembly votes on it at their next regular meeting. Joe Allgood, Alaska's news source.
A bill to change how certain digital corporations are taxed in Alaska is headed to the governor's desk. Senate Bill 113 cleared the House this week and would shift those businesses to a single sales factor tax formula. Representative Will Stapp of Fairbanks voiced support for a broader application in the future, but some remain opposed, warning the bill could lead to costs being passed on to consumers.
I hope that ultimately we can move to a single sales factor for the vast majority of Alaskan businesses to put us more in line with other states.
These businesses will pass on the increased tax to both Alaskans, consumers, and Alaskan businesses. Mr. Speaker, a tax is a tax is a tax.
As of last check, the bill is now awaiting action from the governor. Its passage is crucial for the reading grants included in House Bill 57, which also contains a $700 increase to the base student allocation.
State lawmakers also advancing two key budget bills after Senate votes yesterday. The Senate passed committee substitutes for House Bills 53 and 55, the state's operating and mental health budgets. After reviewing several amendments, HB 53 cleared in a 16-4 vote, and HB 55 passed unanimously. The Senate version includes a $1,000 permanent fund dividend, less than the $1,400 approved earlier by the House. When we come back, trash bags and teamwork. A massive cleanup kicks off this weekend across Fairbanks and most of the state. Why organizers say it's not just about beauty, but community pride.
Plus, Fort Wainwright honors volunteers from hundreds of hours to a single act of kindness. How one military base is celebrating the people who give their time to support the community.
Rain showers remain across parts of South Central this morning. I'll have more on what to expect as the week draws to a close. But first, at sunrise, 5:29 in Anchorage, 4:48 in Juneau. Your full forecast is next.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back on your Thursday.
Yeah, we got a rainy start to the day. Aaron, what's in the forecast?
Well, the good news is this rain is not going to stick around all day long, and not everyone is seeing it. It's really for the Anchorage Bowl and parts of the Mat-Su Valley that continue to hold on to that chance for some showers. And notice through the mid-morning, early afternoon, we're going to begin to see that rain beginning to lighten up. We'll still hold on to some spotty to isolated showers into the evening hours, but that rain that we are dealing with this morning will gradually begin to taper off or fizzle out here over the next couple of hours. You can see across the state, not much going on. We do have some light snow showers out towards the Alaska Range as you head out towards the Yukon Delta, areas of Norton Sound. We're also seeing some spotty to isolated areas of rain and snow, and expected to see the return to some rain out towards southeast as well, which will be heavier compared to yesterday. That rain's going to continue to stream back in across the Panhandle today and then last through the week, and that rain's going to become even heavier overnight on into your Friday. So we'll be watching for the potential for several inches of that rain accumulation here across South Central. You can see the rain that we've been dealing with through the overnight hours out towards Hatcher Pass, seeing more in the way of some snow, and then out towards Prince William Sound. Things are drying out, but we're still seeing some of that spotty to isolated activity, most of it really south of about Middleton Island. But we're still seeing that rain with us. Notice how it quickly fizzles out throughout the mid-morning, early afternoon as it kind of shifts off towards the west. We'll still hold on to some cloud coverage throughout the afternoon hours, but later today we will see some sunshine breaks across South Central. By this evening, we'll be sitting up under partly cloudy skies, and that's going to pave the way for a beautiful stretch of weather as we close out this week and welcome in Mother's Day weekend. There's that heavier rain building back in across southeast. We'll have more on that for you coming up in the next forecast and how much rain the Panhandle can expect to see. But for today, slightly cooler due to the rain as well as cloud coverage, but we're still going to see many areas warming into the upper 40s and the lower 50s. We'll make it to 52 in McGrath, 20 degrees in Utqiagvik, 56 in Fairbanks. There's the rain returning out towards southeast, and then we've got some of that scattered activity through the Aleutians with temperatures set to warm into the mid to upper 40s. So many areas across the state certainly reflecting some of that springtime warmth. 50 in Seward, 53 in Homer. This is where we'll see that better chance for temperatures to warm into the 50s, as we'll see a better opportunity for some peaks of sunshine and, of course, staying on the drier side. Now, we will see some spotty showers through Prince William Sound, 52 degrees in Golconda this afternoon. And in the valley, once those rain showers taper off, we will see the possibility for temperatures to return into the 50s. Talkeetna may hold on to that rain a bit longer, where we could see up to about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. Elsewhere across South Central, a few hundredths of an inch to about 1/10 of an inch of rain will be possible. We're just talking about some very light rainfall that we are dealing with this morning. For Anchorage, out towards Girdwood, we'll see those temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Those breezy conditions remaining with us. And then check out this 7-day forecast. We're in the low to mid 50s tomorrow. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies to be expected. Leading up to Mother's Day, mid to upper 50s. There is the possibility that areas of the Mat-Su Valley could potentially nose their way near 60 this weekend. So we'll be watching for that. More rain looking possible by Monday.
All right. Thanks, Aaron, for the update. Time to plan your Alaskan adventure. Visit Anchorage hosted its annual travel expo this week at the Denina Center, showcasing everything from glacier tours and flight seeing to restaurants and local culture. Organizers say it's a chance for locals to discover vacation options right here at home.
We live in an amazing place. It's worth remembering that people save and think about a trip to Alaska for their entire lives, and we as residents get to live that experience every day. So it's really important that we make the most of the place that we're in.
Bonnie says this is the second year the expo has been open to the public, and he hopes to make it an annual tradition.
Fairbanks Cleanup Day is just 2 days away, and Golden Heart Waste Management is ready. The effort starts Saturday at 10 a.m. with families, schools, and businesses planning to pick up trash across the borough. Golden Heart will deploy heavy haulers to collect bags from high trash areas like the Johansson and Richardson highways. Organizers say the goal is a cleaner city for both residents and visitors.
It's kind of like when you have friends coming over, and we're beginning when people come to visit, and people are coming to our town. We would be proud to not have trash laying around.
The project manager says the goal is to keep the community clean and thanks everyone for working together to make it happen. Students from across the Kenai Peninsula have been busy growing salmon in their classrooms.
Now those fish are headed home to local lakes. In Kasilof, elementary students released hatchery-raised rainbow trout into Johnson Lake and coho salmon fry into Ark Lake. The event is part of the Salmon in the Classroom program. It's run with the help from the Alaska Department of Fish and Game.
Kids collected the eggs last fall, raised them in aquariums, and celebrated their growth by setting them free this week. One elementary teacher says the project gives students a real connection to Alaska's wildlife and their own role in preserving it.
You have all these kids watching them eat and asking questions like, why aren't these ones alive? Or what happened to these? Or when the eggs were there, like, why are they this color? So all that curiosity was pretty neat. And it wasn't just in our classroom. The third graders were the ones pretty much taking care of them, but everybody got to be a part of seeing that. So that's always really neat every year.
Fish and Game says the program helps students understand the salmon life cycle, the importance of healthy habitats, and the value of Alaska's natural resources.
You've been listening to the Alaska's News Source podcast. Subscribe to have the latest episodes delivered to your library automatically.